In other news, the recession keeps ravaging our country. Now we cut over to our senior correspondent, Big Keith. Big Keith, you there?
Big Keith, I'm reporting live from the park downtown during the recession. As you can see, it's the end of the world and shit's really bad out here. The sky is falling, wages are falling. Life's just not normal out here. Don't know how long it's gonna last.
Big Eve, the finance geek.
Ah, a recession! The media treats this word as a synonym for hell on earth. The Rapture, Nuclear Armageddon, and the B-movie all wrapped into one. But come to think of it, where did the term recession actually come from? We go to the economic office of somebody named Julius Sheskin. Was it Sheskin?
I don't know if it's Sheskin. It sounds like that's how it should be pronounced.
Was he?
Sheskin.
I don't know, man. Shiskin. Sheskin? Shiskin.
I'd say Shiskin.
Shiskin.
Yeah.
We go to the economic office of somebody called Julius Shiskin.
Why yes, Mr. Nixon. The economy isn't looking so hot. I still don't know why you want us to stay at the Watergate, but I'm sure there's a reason. I will let you know once the economy gets better. I love you. Goodbye. You know, we ought to have a word to describe when the GDP, which we use to represent the economy, declines 2 consistent quarters. We should call it a recession. I'm going to call my mom. Hello, Mom. I hate you.
And that's where the idea of a recession came from.
Mr. Eve, I've been told to inform you that because of the recession, we can no longer afford this office space.
What the heck? Where am I supposed to finish this video?
I don't know, but you got 15 minutes to get out of here.
Okay, just let me finish this segment. Nowadays, a recession is declared by a group called the National Bureau of Economic Research. When the economy declines a lot for a while, it can trigger a recession. However, a recession isn't always as bad as it may seem. Recessions are generally concerning, especially if you're somebody with lower income, large amount of debt, or just want to have free time to sit in a pumpkin patch and wait for the great pumpkin. Believe it or not though, recessions aren't always bad for everyone. Granted, it seems like billionaires always seem to get richer during these things, but outside of that, every recession is different. So depending on the socio-economic conditions present during a recession, you might not only be okay, you might actually be doing better. A great example is during the 2008 recession. Allegiant Travel Company was performing really well. How could a travel company do well in a recession? You'd think it'd be as productive as shooting a pizza to cook it. Well, since gas prices dropped dramatically then, and Allegiant was a budget airline, they were able to cut massive amounts of overhead and had to change very little about their pricing model at the time. So there was a lot of stability if you worked for this company back in 2008. So another example relates to the recent pandemic. A lot of jobs were considered non-essential. An example of a type of business that thrived during this time was sanitation and custodial companies. With lots of government funding and demand, working for a sanitation company during the pandemic provided stability in the workforce. It was one of the strangest set of recession circumstances in history. Outside of maybe, the plague? Hello? Really? Awesome. We're back in business, baby. Well, this wasn't the office I expected, but okay. So why do recessions happen? Well, there's a lot of different causes. So it's impossible to say when or what will cause a recession. For example, the 2008 recession was mostly attributed to the predatory and negligent practice of lenders and other companies involved in the sale of bad mortgages. The pandemic recession was caused by the world governments making attempts to keep the public safe from an unprecedented threat. Speaking of the pandemic, recessions are a lot like viral outbreaks. They can come out of seemingly nowhere. Even though we know they happen, each one causes different symptoms and side effects. Different viruses affect certain demographics differently. Finally, all viral outbreaks require a unique and varied approach on how they're treated. Speaking of treatment, so how do you keep yourself afloat or prepare yourself for a recession? So first, you should do what you can to keep your job. Learn some extra skills on some websites. Figure out how you can become more valuable. And also, update your resume because some people will be hiring. Second, make sure you have your emergency fund built up. Typically, you want 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Check out our video on how to build a rainy day fund to learn more. Third, be on the lookout for opportunities. If it's building a business, buying something when investments are down, investing in the stock market, there are a lot of things that can be taken advantage of in a recession. We already gave you some examples on how you can potentially make good investments during those times. Finally, focus on your goals in the long term. No recession lasts forever, and as long as businesses exist, eventually things will turn around. Remember, everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. That's our show. Thanks for watching. Now, if you... Hello, Big Ether Finance Geek. Yeah, I'll let him know. So I've just been informed that because of the recession, our next video will be pictures of a notebook with our script written in marker. So if you're looking for financial services, we could really use the support. So contact us. The information is in the description below. Until next time, adios. That's our show. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider following. And if you think we can assist you in any of your financial endeavors, please feel free to contact us. Our information is in the description below. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.